What's up with it, man? It's the boy Pushmanmitch, host of the No Fluff podcast. We back again with a super dope episode. I got my girl Bree on here. She's the extraordinaire when it comes to fitness, mentality. She gonna help you get that psyche where it's supposed to be so you can get to this brain food. You feel me? But Bree, what's up? Appreciate you coming on the show.
What up? Thank you for having me.
Already,
Honored.
look. Oh, well, it's
Honored,
my honor.
brother.
Look, some people are like, you know, when people say, hey, man, you lucky for this, you lucky for that. I'll be like, man, who needs luck when you got friends like this? It's reality.
Be cool with it, smooth with it.
Hey, look, man, I was born with it. You did some of this stuff you can't teach. But it's 2022. What's new? Talk to me. What's been going on since the year started?
Man, what has not been going on?
What?
Look, I feel like last year was just an unraveling for me in so many different capacities.
Okay.
This year has been an embrace of all of the mess. You already gave me permission to shit that went on last year. And this year has just been all about course correcting, embracing the lessons, applying them, and just standing up more firmly.
That's dope. See, the cool thing about that is every lesson should be every L should be a lesson. So some people won't even say that's a lesson. They're like, I took so much losses last year. Nah, you had a lot of lessons. The only thing is it's going to be an L if you don't learn from it.
Exactly.
Right. That's why I normally try to take from everything. So the cool thing is we all got another 24 hours in a day every time we get to luckily wake up. So when we wake up, we got another day to go get it. So what's something that you got for a goal in 2022? What you want to go and get this year?
Whew, that's a beautiful question. So for me, what I'm completely aligned with is my healing. I learned so much about how stepping outside of my authentic self to please others and support others and overcompensating myself. It really just correlated back over to me dimming my light, showing up a little small. So in this year, like I'm fully committed to showing up big, broadening my scope, and being able to hold and have a higher capacity for the people that are in my business, the people that are in my life, and just being able to attract like larger than life experiences and just showing off.
Showing off. I'm going to be showing off this year.
Showing off.
You already know. So look, tell me about a time where you felt like because you said you had to dim your light, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you felt like you had to be, because the real definition of humble, a lot of people don't understand it, right? So where's a time in your life where you had to dim your light for others, where you felt like you had to?
Whew, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that. I think a time, you know what? That's a tricky question for me because I think the dimming of my light came in a subconscious manner, if that makes sense. Like I wasn't aware, but I look back hindsight or present moment and couldn't really recognize myself. And so I don't think I purposely dimmed it, but a time for sure I can think back to my like collegiate basketball days where I had a girl on my squad, on my team. Me and her were like the 1-2 punch on the squad, like bringing it through. And I was all about like, how can we work together to get this win? For her, it was, how can you get out my damn way?
Facts.
Like,
I know that
how,
about
how
that, yeah.
can you get out of my way? And for a while, like two alphas, like you're an alpha king, like two alphas on the team, like battling for that playmaker spot.
Facts.
For me, I ended up reeling it back in a massive way on behalf of the team. But then in doing that, being too humble, not finding another way to be solution oriented to make it work and we collaborate, I just dialed it back. Instead of shooting a J, I'm passing it off to her, like to appease and please her on behalf of the overall team collaboration.
Right.
So
did that help y'all
it
win?
was a mess.
Did that help y'all win?
Drug us.
It didn't work.
Drug us.
All right, so there's a
No.
lesson in that, though, right? So what you're saying, all of those stuff make into a perfect masterpiece, right? So all of us have roles in certain situations where sometimes we feel like let's just say if it's all of us in this room, right, and we're all got one goal. Now let's say that I'm the one who is good at bringing people in. You're the one that articulating the message, so you do the copyright. Let's say she's a person right here who's better at marketing the strategy, right? So all of us literally want to be the lead person, though, sometimes, right? Because we all have egos in certain cases. So a lot of times we put ourselves in position to lose by not being able to work together and not dialing it back. Because I could do all of this stuff. I can bring people in. I can market. I can write stuff down. But would that be what's best for the overall goal or the overall team or the overall company? No, it wouldn't. So sometimes I got to dial it back and be like, all right, I'm going to let Bree do this. Fuck. And then, but that normally works for the win. But in your case, it actually took for y'all lost. So imagine, do you think that the results would have been different if you stepped up and said, no, I'm going to be the leader, and then she take the back seat, forget what she's saying, I'm going to be the leader. So what we call this in basketball, because you're a hooper too, I call it hero or GOAT. So at the end of the game, when the game is on the line, I trust myself more than anybody on the team. And I can take what comes with me missing a shot too. So that means I'm going to step up. I'm going to go for the win. And if I lose, I can be the hero if I make it. If I lose, then I'm the GOAT. It's a different kind of GOAT. Not greatest of all time. You the GOAT where you taking the shitty end of the stick. So everybody going to be like, man, you shot a selfish shot. You got to take what comes with it. Oh, you not really a leader. You not clutch. You got to take all the pressure that comes with it. So that's the opposite side to that. But me in particular, when it comes to what's best for the team, we got to be able to make decisions like that in life. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So in that situation, it was probably bad, but you having that trait to be able to make that decision to do that is going to get you further in life than however she did, because she just couldn't even compromise. You compromised.
Facts.
Compromisation is what's going to lead you to these bags. You feel what I'm saying?
No,
So
when I think about leadership, or when I think about someone that's quote unquote alpha, right? I feel like that's someone that possesses the ability and wisdom and discernment to then discern in the moments when you need to lead, and in the moments where leaders are learners. We're constantly learning something. So in those moments where we have to pause and recognize it may be better if Mitch leads this, if he runs the show, and still feeling empowered and good about you and confident in you in either role. Because I think true leadership and being a true alpha is being willing to get to that greater goal. Where are we going? Who gives a damn how we got there? Or at least that's how I look at it. If I can put something in the pot and contribute to that, and it goes and we rock with what I did, I feel just as good if we collaborated to make it happen. So I just I look at it that way. And it's really big for me, just feeling confident and knowing when I have something to learn and follow for a moment until I can step up and lead, and when it's mine to lead.
Okay. So let's talk about something else. Let's talk about, you're in the fitness world, right? So, I follow you on the gram. We see the 8-pack every day, right? So, me in particular, I used to be in shape, but now, I'm getting my, Cuba Gooding Jr. on right now.
All right.
So, but no, I'm just playing. But no, what type of discipline and lessons have you learned by becoming a person who's fitness savvy?
That's a beautiful question. I think what I learned is how important, when I think of fitness and I view fitness, putting nutrition in the forefront. It's what we're consuming on a day-to-day basis. People tuning in, tapping into the No Fluff podcast, you're nourishing your mindset, making sure you're fueling things that are fueling your body that are in line with your goals. You're fueling your body. It's all encompassing. And so for me, I think the biggest thing that I've learned is that honoring your body is to honor God. Honoring our bodies is to honor our highest selves. You're regardless of who you believe in or what you believe in, just whatever that omnipotent power is. I think honoring myself through moving my body, nourishing my mind, and what I put in nutritionally, all encompassing, is just helped me grow closer to my aligned and highest self. So, I think sometimes we leave that at a surface level. Fitness, you eat well, it's going to take place. You work out, it's going to take place. Your body's going to follow suit. But what I learned is in doing that is soul empowerment. And that's what I always aim to pay forward. This is so much bigger than just being a fine-ass badass on the beach. It's about that. Don't get me wrong now.
Facts. You're going to look good in a swimsuit. Right. Me in particular, I'm keeping my T-shirt on right now.
Right.
So that's part of the game. But no, what I like to call, to tap into what you were talking about, is the winner's diet, right? So what we eat is not our only diet. It's what we read, what we watch. You know what I mean? Who we listen to, who we hang around, all of that stuff is a part of your diet, right? So I call that the winner's diet. So everything should be aligned with what you see for your life. Like if I want to be this type of person, then everything that I'm watching, everything that I'm reading, everything that I'm listening to should be aligned with that goal. So a lot of times we distract ourselves and don't understand why we didn't get to our goal, but it's all because of our diet. So it's the same, and there's also discipline that goes into that. So me saying, all right, I'm not gonna look at nothing on Instagram that's not aligned with empowerment, credit, financial literacy, luxury lifestyle, the lifestyle that I want. I'm not seeing any imagery or hearing anything that doesn't align with that. And then me saying, damn, you know what, I'm gonna go look at these video fixings for a little bit too. And then now my feed just get populated with these chicks. And now I'm like, I'm supposed to be stacking my money, but I think I wanna go to Miami right now. And then we messed up our diet. We distracted ourselves just now versus just saying, look, I'm gonna be disciplined. I'm gonna stay steadfast on my journey. And I'm gonna go ahead and listen to only this. I'm gonna read this book. Who moved my cheese? I'm feeding my brain these things. So, cause we can't, the reality is we can't create our own thoughts. We can't. So our thoughts are given to us, meaning that what comes out of our mind is what we've been feeding it, what we've been consuming. I can't say, I don't even know the next 2 things I'm going to say to you in this interview because I can't control my thoughts. But what's coming out of me is what I've been feeding myself. So we got to understand what we feed ourselves is more than just food. And then we're going to talk about health as well. So at the end of the day, the fitness journey should be important to everybody simply because our health is our wealth. Like literally, it doesn't matter how much money you got. If you're about to die, you're done. You done killed yourself. Like
That's it.
You can't spend none of the money because you're not healthy enough to even be here to love it and enjoy it. So I mean, I think that was dope. So I always like to follow people like yourself anyway to just get advice on, because you speak a lot better than most people I've met. So I'm gonna get advice with the fitness journey by looking at you. That's the inspiration piece to draw me in. I'm be like, yo, why Shorty got a 9-pack? I thought you only can get an 8-pack. And then I'm like, I'm getting drawn in. So right, that's the awareness, right? So that's why I follow people like you. And then also you can speak and articulate on the reason why things are like that and about how to align yourself, because you're very wise and you do a lot of stuff with helping other people get their mental together, right?
Absolutely.
So if I was a novice on the street and I said I'm just struggling trying to find my purpose, what was the first thing you would say to me?
I would ask, what is your why? Because I think when we can remain rooted or constantly find ways to reconnect ourselves to our why, it can then shift the trajectory of our lives. It may not, whatever we're working towards manifesting, it may not show up right then and there, but when you reconnect to your why and then take accountability for your choices that may have led you to a place in your life that you don't want to be, that it then begins to evoke that emotional energy that also is, I feel, imperative or just as vital as the physical manifesting. If you can already be in an emotional state, or your why, just knowing it gets you hype and it gets you up, you can be more steadfast with what you're doing and gain more clarity.
Facts.
If I see someone that's even within myself, like experiencing someone else or experiencing it within myself where I'm feeling a little clouded, I'm feeling a little frustrated, my sense of self or self-confidence is a little shaky in some moments, because it can happen. Or I looked up last year and it happened, and I had lost sight of my why. Why in the hell am I coaching people? Why in the hell am I learning about investing? Why am I reading this book? And, it caused me to be a little shaky and lose my grounding. So that's exactly what I would ask. Like, what is your why? Why do you want to create a shift? And how did you get here?
Very strong. Very strong. So, that's a hell of a good answer.
Yeah.
All right. So now, what's your biggest investment you've made to date?
To date? Ooh. I think outside of just betting on myself in terms of making sure my body's on point, my mental's on point in what I do, I think the biggest investment that I made in myself to date would probably be having the courage to center myself and be around individuals that empower me. Having the courage to have heard something and have a fertile mind to hear when people are breathing and pouring life into me, when people are expanding myself. Another big investment is feeling confident and excited for the people around me when they're winning, and being like, okay, I'm not there yet, but I'm aligned and I'm in the right arena. Like getting position, having the confidence to position myself around the movers and shakers and like-minded people, and people that believe in themselves fiercely, have either created what I want, they're going where I want to go. Being around those people and really saturating myself in that energy and being bold enough to say I'm worthy to be in these rooms. I'm worthy to bust the damn door down and get up in there to get what I want. I think just betting on myself and positioning myself to make sure that if not today, tomorrow, or the next day, I have the tools, resources, and the soul tribe around me to leverage and not only get me to where I want to go, but I can empower them too.
Powerful.
Feeling worthy.
Yo, that's
Yeah.
Yo,
like,
so I always say like the first two words in investment is invest me. So you got to invest in yourself first.
Facts.
So that's true. I mean, and then also like you said, the fertile mind piece has stuck out to me, because to have a fertile mind is to be one who isn't like too stuck in their own ways to not learn new things. So I'm like, look at Shorty going crazy. Okay, yo, it's so cool. All right, so this part of the podcast, I like to always ask people to make me some money. Like, what's a way that you could teach just a novice person? How can I make some money right now in 2022?
You know, I would say getting clear on the things that you enjoy and love, and being aware of what your gifts are. Like, what are the things that you do that you, when you're doing them, you don't even feel, it feels like breathing? Because I think sometimes we can put those things aside and say, well, that's just so easy for me. But the very things that are so easy that you love are the very things that you may be able to map out a game plan and monetize. So first, it would just be, hey, like, what are your gifts? And is there a market for your gifts? The second thing would be like to be not just a consumer in markets, but to be someone that studies the market and studies the waves. You know, like, we're moving into a digital world. Like, do you have any digital art? Like, can you learn about NFTs? Can you learn about cryptocurrency? And then also, too, for me, a big thing outside of I worked in PR consulting, like I consulted myself out. I worked in the entertainment industry for a while, but once I transitioned out of that, multi-level marketing was a beautiful gift for me, because it was just an opportunity for the everyday person to leverage that and be able to make some money on their own. So
talk about multi-level marketing.
For multi-level marketing is interesting. You know, again, like, I go back to that statement I just made. It's the opportunity for the everyday Joe to essentially lead an extraordinary life if they choose to. Now, you got to I've had success in it. I've been around individuals that have had success in it. But you have to be able to shift your mindset from employee to entrepreneur. If you're an entrepreneur, be like, you know what, I'm a shark. I'm going to go in, I'm going to get this money, and then I'm going to use that to invest or leverage. So that would be just one way. And then
okay, so break it down to me like I'm a kid. Like I want to get into multi-level marketing. Step 1, step 2, and step 3. And we out of there.
All right. Step 1, find the industry that best aligns for you. What are you interested in that you can talk about? And then 2, what's something that you can find? Can you find a mentor within that? Find a mentor. And then 3, be able to look at the marketing plan and however you make money within this business and decide if it's something that works for you. So get clear on how you can make money, get clear on the industry that makes the most sense to you, and then find a mentor or mentors to teach you how to be successful in it like they are.
All right, cool. So look, MLM. So look, multi-level marketing is also known as MLM. It's also called network marketing or pyramid selling. It's a controversial marketing strategy for the sale of product or services, right? So one of my homies, Ty, he has an MLM company called Wealth Builders. And it's basically it's incentivized marketing strategies, right? It's basically like there's a reason for you to be involved with the community, and they incentivize you to join it, right? By doing selling some sort of product or services. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
More or less?
So. I would say so.
Right. So I want the people to know what that is. So MLM program, there are different type of MLM programs all over. Like we went to a meeting basically the other day
we definitely
in real estate, and that was, I don't know the name of it right now off top, but it was to do with the real estate community, and it's like a network of people who are all in different industries, but all kind of investing in real estate. And it's subscription based, and you can join. And then once you join communities of like that, you're incentivized by getting more people to join the program that is beneficial to them. So a lot of people who do that are able to scale quickly as far as their network of people, being able to have a clearly outlook on how to do something. You can learn from the people in the group, and it's something that pays you as well for every person that gets signed up. So that's what I think the benefits of MLM would be. So as a tip, is it easy to start your own MLM company? No?
I wouldn't say so. It's easy to get signed up.
Right.
But the work that needs to be done to make it exactly what they say it can be, you have to put in the work.
Right. That's what I've seen. So a MLM company that I've seen, Herbalife is MLM, right?
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of people know Herbalife. So that's what we're going to use. A lot of people know Herbalife. So Herbalife is an MLM company. Isn't like Mary Kay MLM companies? So those companies, you're able to sell their products on their behalf too, right?
Yes.
So Mary Kay and Herbalife, so basically you're going to be affiliated with that company. You can sell their products. You can recruit people, and every person you recruit gets, you get money for that person. And then also what they sell, you get compensated for as well.
There we go.
Fire.
There we go.
Fire. Everybody should do MLM, at least starting off, I feel like. It's a good way to start off getting income.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a great way to get your feet wet in entrepreneurship, especially if you may not know how to gain seed money or talk to investors. Most MLMs is maybe $100 to get started. Herbalife, for example, is one of those. And so it's very little overhead. You get your full business. It's contingent upon the work you put in. But you can create some magic and gain some very tangible and transferable skills once you branch out and do more of your own thing in the entrepreneurial realm.
Have you ever thought about teaching public speaking?
No.
I think that's a market for you because you speak very, very well. You articulate yourself well on the fly.
Thank you.
And it's a very difficult thing for most people to do. And me in particular, I always struggle with public speaking. I mean, not being comfortable publicly. I've always been comfortable publicly, but not articulating myself. Like when I feel like I've always struggled with public speaking, but I always feel like when I leave the stage, I'll be like, damn, I should have said this, should have said that. I feel like when you get on stage, you say everything you wanted to say.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But no, that's a gift. And
I appreciate
you
that.
had something, Eichmann?
Yeah, I just want to drop in a gem real quick before you close on that topic.
Okay.
One of the best ways to get the best out of MLM is if you learn how to build a digital assets. What does that mean? For all the work that you're putting in for this company, it would be nice to set them up to your own landing page so you can get those emails. So if, for example, you decide to leave the company in future, you can move that digital assets, and that's your coins for tomorrow.
Wow. That was a big gem. I'm going to
amazing.
say it again on the mic. Okay, cool. So Eichmann just... Right.
This is true.
So yeah, so this is so dope. So this is what we do on the No Fluff podcast, right? So we got a community of people around here who want to help other people make money. So they just gave us a jewel about what you can do as far as the MLM to benefit the most would be like literally using your own landing page with inside of the community of the MLM that you join and being able to take those emails and contacts from those people to in the future be able to use those as assets and targets for whatever it is that you sell on your own. Now, and that's really dope. And then also the mindset that goes behind once you join that group and the kind of skill sets that you develop being a part of a group of other people who doing the same thing as you.
Yeah.
Super dope.
Fire.
Super dope. You got one more thing?
Yeah, because you literally get free mentorship in these programs. Right?
Wow.
You
Yeah.
have like mentors that are pouring into you and teaching you leadership.
Crazy. It sounds like a hell of an opportunity and a great way for people who are novices in entrepreneurship, period, should start there. Because the first thing that anybody's going to say to you when you start in entrepreneurship is to get a mentor, get somebody coming back from where you're trying to go. And, you know, me even being a person, like when I started off in entrepreneurship, I didn't have a mentor and it held me back. I lost a lot of money. I made a lot more mistakes. And if I could pay for somebody else's mistakes to get me to where I need to go faster, it's like, why wouldn't I? And then in this case, you don't even got to pay. So it's like, what? So, I mean, and then it's not like when you have to have one mentor. A lot of people hear the word mentor and they think they have to have one. But it's going to be multiple mentors. You can have friendtors, just like Bree is a friendtor to me. I'm going to learn how to talk better. You know what I mean? And then know how to get my 8-pack better. You dig? But so at the end of the day, I mean, it's just literally they're changing and growing as we grow. And that's the dopest part about this thing. And we always, like I said, get another 24 hours to get up and go get it every day and go find more context, more information, more results based off of what we do every day. So I think this is probably one of the dopest podcasts we did. Oh my God. So Bree, do you got anything that you want to leave on with, like how they can contact you, anything that you got available for them to take advantage of, like maybe mentorship, coaching, you know, take the floor.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So you can check out my Instagram at Briana.Stanton _. There's a link in my bio where you have full access to nutritional coaching, mindset development, personal training as well, and then also being able to immerse yourself into the community as a whole. Like I firmly believe that when we can lock arms, we're stronger together. So I give you that individual coaching, but then also I bring you into my community so that we're all lifting each other up. So just check me out on Instagram. You can feel free to text me 252-933-9780. And I got you. I'll be sure to follow up.
It's lit. All right, y'all. That's the episode, No Fluff, the podcast. You already know what time it is, man. Next week, you can check out that next one. But as for now, holla at your boy.
All these whips, I feel like me.